Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to talk about root canal anatomy. Root canal treatment is a routine procedure we all are doing in our clinics or hospitals. This is a very routine procedure we all are going through. But many fresh graduates lack the understanding of the canal system every tooth has. Every tooth in the mouth of a human being, it's very different. It can have very different types of root canal systems. So, Wien has classified these types of root canal anatomies in the four categories. The type 1 is the simplest category, where there is a pulp chamber and there is a single canal orifice, and the single canal orifice runs along a single canal and go and has a single apex at the apex of the tooth. The type 2 canal system, there in the pulse chamber, you can see two canal orifices, but radiographically, when you see both the canals join at the apical one third of the tooth and present with a single apex. In the third type 3 canal, there are two different canal orifices and two different apices on the tooth. Okay, and this is the type 4 where you can see there is only one canal orifice, but as the canal proceeds towards the apical one third, the canal bifurcates and presents with two different apexes. Okay, so this was a study done on 700 maxillary and 700 mandibular teeth. Here, this research has concluded for 100 number of central maxillary incisors, there was 100, all the 100 of them had a single canal and a single apex. But contrary to this, you can see the central incisor in the mandibular teeth, only 65 teeth had one root canal and 35 teeth had two root canals. But again, the apex was only one. So 35 incidents were there. There was type 2 canal system. So there were two canals and only one apical foramen. Here in the lateral incisors, also in the mandible, you can see 58 with one canal, but 42 with two canals, and apical foramen is only one. So this is a type 2 canal, typical type 2 canal. Here you can see in the first premolars, there is different number of root canals. There, anywhere there is three, anywhere there is two. This is a research. So every tooth has, it can have many number of root canals and many number of apical foramens. Okay, here I have one case to show you. This is a uh, first mandibular molar. You can see this is the Williams graduated probe for reference of the height of the tooth. Okay, here you can see this is the pulp chamber of the section tooth. I sectioned it into two halves so that you can appreciate this pulse chamber here. This is also pulse chamber. This is the mesial root and this is the distal root. Okay, you can see here in the mesial root there is a curvature here. But the distal root is more or less straight. Okay, this is the radiograph of this teeth. Here you can see there's a slight shape. Here you can see appreciate two canals. But here at the apical one third, there is only one canal here in the apical one third. In the middle one third, you can see two canals. In the coronal part or the pulse chamber, you can see only one apical foramen here. But there are two clinically, when you see there are two apical foramen. Okay. But in the distal root, you can see there is a one big canal. This is a particular typical type 1 canal. This is a typical type 2 canal. Okay. So I sectioned the tooth and took a radiograph in the mesiodistal direction. Okay. Here you can appreciate only one apical foramen, two canals. One is the mesiobuccal and one is the mesiolingual. Okay. And here you can see the single pulse chamber. Okay. This is the mesial root. What happens here when you prepare this tooth? Only single gutta will go to the apex and another one will be short. It will just stop here. So you don't have to fear that. In most of the cases, in the mandibular molars, where in the mesial roots particularly, this type of root canal anatomy is present. So you don't have to fear if after the preparation, if only one master cone is going to the for accurate length or the predetermined working length. And if the another cone is not going to up to the length, it's not a big deal. Here in the distal root, you can see it's a typical class 1 anatomy. You can see a single pulse chamber and a single canal and a single apex at the end of the. Okay, this was the pre-operative photograph of the straight case. So I hope this would have given you a, a brief introduction or a brief idea about how root canal anatomy works. Thank you.